beer. You could mix Jack and ginger ale and call it a day. Jack and ginger is a great combination, but today we're going to take it a step further and do 3 ginger beer cocktails, all with Jack Daniel's whiskey. You might be wondering what the difference between ginger beer and ginger ale is. Ginger ale is lighter and sweeter. It isn't fermented like ginger beer. It's just a flavored, lightly carbonated soft drink with a hint of ginger. Ginger beer has a bolder ginger flavor, a little heat, and more bite thanks to fermentation. That's why I love using it in cocktails. Most brands of ginger beer are non-alcoholic these days. I'll use Kroger brand. I couldn't find Cock and Bull, one of my favorites and one of the spiciest out there. Kroger brand is a close second, believe it or not. If you have a favorite brand of ginger beer, let me know in the comments below. Our first cocktail is the Waysider. I grabbed the base recipe from Difford's Guide and tweaked it with a little extra whiskey. We're going to start out with some mint leaves in our shaker. And when I put mint in a drink, I usually take the leaves from like the bottom and use them for my shaking or muddling, and then I keep the top ones to use as a garnish. So they said to put about 5, but I'm gonna put more because sometimes I don't think my mint is like as potent or something. I've got about twice as many as they asked for in there. I think that'll be fine. And I like those for my garnish. So after that, we'll put 2 ounces of Jack Daniel's. This is just the standard old number 7. You could use Jack Daniel's Bonded. You could even use the new Jack Daniel's Blackberry. I've got a video about that one if you need more ideas on it. So here's 2 ounces. And we'll do half an ounce each of lime juice and simple syrup. So we're gonna shake this one, and I'm gonna be open pouring it into a nice big glass so there's plenty of room to top it with ginger beer. And I'm normally not a fan of shaking mint, but it works pretty well in this one. You don't want to overdo it because then you'll start getting more of like a plant vegetal type flavor instead of the mint. Just some gentle shaking with the pebble ice should be fine. And I'm going to be using the 0 sugar ginger beer in mine, but Kroger also makes a regular, so use either one. They're both like really good, especially for the price. And for this one, I'll do a Surfside sip straw, some nice mint garnish, and a lime wheel. So there's our Waysider. Our second cocktail is a Jack-inspired cherry ginger Cosmo. I'm actually super excited about this one. Instead of going the carbonated ginger beer route, I am going to use some Lieber & Company fiery ginger syrup. So we'll get that same flavor profile, but without the bubbles. So on this one, we're going to start out with 2 ounces of our old number 7 again. Half an ounce of the ginger syrup, and this stuff is pretty thick, so half an ounce is usually enough for me. I usually make a 1-to-1 simple syrup, and this seems more like it's a higher concentration of sugar, which is fine, just be aware of it. Half an ounce of lime juice. And I'm going to do a full ounce of tart cherry juice. I'm also going to add a couple of dashes of Angostura bitters to this one. Instead of the pebble ice, we're going to shake this with some 1-inch cubes. And I'm going to double strain it into a chilled coupe or a martini glass. And I'm not going to use the fancy cherries on this one. I'm going to use some Junction 35 Moonshine cherries as the garnish. So there's our Jack-inspired cherry Cosmo. Our third ginger beer drink is a Tennessee Buck. A Buck is a cocktail made with ginger ale or ginger beer and pretty much any base spirit. So technically the Waysider that we started out with is also a Buck, but I usually think of a Buck as also having fruit. So our Tennessee Buck is going to feature muddled strawberries and Angostura bitters. So I added about 2 or 3 strawberries worth of slices, and I'm gonna add about half an ounce of simple syrup before I muddle them. And after that, I'm gonna add half an ounce of lemon juice and 2 ounces of Jack Daniels. And since I've got some 1-inch cubes already, I'll use those for the shaking on this one as well. I'm gonna give this one a pretty vigorous shake just to break up those strawberries even more. And I'm gonna double strain this into my strawberry shortcake glass. Thought that would be appropriate. And if you wanted to, you don't. You could just open pour this if you don't mind the chunks of fruit in your drink. And a lot of people might like that because it's kind of proof that you use fresh fruit. And that leaves just enough room to top it off with a little bit of the ginger beer. And I've got a strawberry and a piece of lemon for the garnish. So there's our strawberry Tennessee buck. So that is one awesome looking lineup. So we'll start out trying the Waysider. Don't have many occasions to use this glass, but I think it worked pretty well for this. It's like the mule and the mojito had a child and is delicious. It's a little lighter than just a Jack and Ginger beer because it's got the extra citrus. And then the mint really brings a lot to the party. It gives it that kind of fresh, tropical feel. So the second one, I just kind of came up with this on my own. It is the Jack-inspired Cherry Cosmo. That is very spicy and ginger forward. Remember, we opted for the ginger syrup instead of the ginger beer in this one. That came out really good. This almost drinks like more of a wintertime drink than this one. I think this would be awesome on Thanksgiving or Christmas, so might have to revisit this one with the upcoming holiday season. Finally, we have our strawberry Tennessee buck, and it looks cute. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. Yep, it's kind of like a strawberry Lynchburg lemonade with like a little ginger kick to it. And add a little more of the ginger beer. Sometimes with some of the glasses that you don't use as much, you don't know how much room you're gonna have for the ginger beer. Yeah, that one came out good too. It's kind of a lighter and more refreshing one, kind of like the Waysider. And I think I also meant to add some Angostura to it, but just adding it on the top gives it kind of a nice look too, so try it with that. Yeah, I would say just add your desired amount of Angostura on the top. It makes it even better. So if you like these whiskey drink ideas, tap like and drop your favorite Jack and Ginger Ale or Jack and Ginger beer riff in the comments below. See you next time. Cheers.